What's up, YouTube? SwimJigJOe. I'm back. It's been a couple weeks since you've seen me. It's because I've been fishing like crazy. I got a whole bunch of new content that's going to be coming out in the next week for you. I'm just going to edit those videos to put them on YouTube. So don't forget to like and subscribe so you want to see those videos. Also, check me out on Instagram at SwimJigJOe. I got a whole bunch of pictures of everything I've caught. I've done some pond fishing that I didn't tape. Everything I've done on the boat, on the big water, I have taped, so you'll be able to see that here as soon as I get that editing done. We're at 38 subscribers right now. As soon as we hit 50, I'm going to do a bait giveaway. Like I said, I got a ton of this stuff. I've been sorting through like crazy, getting rid of some things, get some liquid mayhem. If you've seen the previous videos, you know. If not, take a look at them. There's some good stuff. This video that I got coming up here it was a very windy, overcast day, so I didn't have a lot of time. I had an hour before I had to pick my daughter up from school, so I went to the small lake that was enclosed by a lot of hardwoods to try to keep that wind isolated to make fishing easier and to be able to control the boat mostly, and to give myself a little extra time on the water, not have to worry about getting the boat on the trailer and trying to get to the bus stop to get her. I did catch a big one before I turned the camera on because I'm an idiot, I guess you could say, and didn't turn the camera on because I didn't think I was going to do any good. But I actually ended up catching a couple. Only one was of decent size, but the wind was really bad. So what I've done is like a voiceover for this video of what I'm doing and the instructional part of it. It's pretty basic, but it can help you put a couple more fish in the boat. I hope you enjoy. Let me know what you want to see in these upcoming videos. I'd love to hear some feedback on what you'd like to see differently. Maybe some baits you want me to try, you want me to put in the water and give you a review on. Anything. I'm enjoying doing this for you guys. I've actually filmed everything since I've started doing this YouTube channel, and I just got to get better at editing so I can get these videos out faster for you. So don't forget to like and subscribe so you can see these next videos that are coming up, because I have a ton, and I mean a ton. I've at least 10 hours of fishing that I've got to edit and go through to get to you guys. So don't forget to like and subscribe, hit that bell notification so you see when the new stuff comes out. And I hope you enjoy this next video. Like I said, let me know if there's anything you'd like to see, any reviews you'd like done. I'm super interested in feedback, and I hope you enjoy. Okay, so where the video starts here, I'm on the calm side of the lake. I always start on the windy side, but I cut that video out because there wasn't much action over there. The reason I start on the windy side is because the wind will normally push the bait fish to that side of the lake, and then the bass will follow the bait fish. So I did catch a big one off of a point. I believe she was 314. That's the picture in the thumbnail for the video. But right now all I'm doing is staying on the outside edge, and I catch a little one here. Throwing a white spinnerbait with a Colorado willow setup, just a Bass Pro Shops spinnerbait. I always throw, when I throw a spinnerbait, I always throw it with a trailer hook. But as I'm going down this bank, what I'm looking for is differences, small differences in what's going on the bank. Whether it's a pocket or a point, I'm targeting those areas, and I'm trying to find a pattern with where these fish are setting up. I've caught, that was my second fish of this day. The first one came on a point, so now I'm basically looking. It's a small lake. It's 90 acres. I'm going around the entire outside. I had an hour before I had to pick my daughter up from school. But as I go around this, I'm just looking for slight differences, mostly pockets and points, the way these reeds set up. And as I approach where I have caught fish before, like a point, I will slow down and I'll work that point slower than I would any of these other areas until I find something unique about why I caught a fish there. I also, as you can see, I start attacking the bank differently. Instead of casting to the bank, now I'm paralleling the bank, and I'm trying to keep my bait in the strike zone for as long as possible. And as I approach this point that goes to the main lake, I will start to slow down and fish it more thoroughly. The reason I chose a spinnerbait mainly has to do with the conditions. As you can see, it's very cloudy, so it's an overcast day and a lot of wind. Wind usually means the moving baits are going to be on, and overcast usually is a good recipe for the spinnerbait. I chose white in color because it sticks out in the water. It's not anything ridiculously uncommon, but it's easy to see. And here I caught one just inside the point. So this was my second fish that I had caught off of a point. So now I know that the fish are setting up on points. Not the biggest fish in the world, but always fun to catch anyways. So now you're going to see I stick around to this point and I work it really thoroughly, going in with different angles. I stick with the spinnerbait just because I didn't have a lot of time, and I was just trying to cover as much water and be as thorough as I can. I don't end up catching anything more than that bass off of this point, but as you can see, I spend some time here. Usually where there's one fish, there's more. And if you catch more than one fish at the same kind of location, that's a pattern. Sometimes you can stick with that pattern and then find a pattern within a pattern. For instance, like a pocket on a point, or a weed line on a point, or a flat on a point, and that would be a secondary pattern, or a pattern within a pattern. So I probably should have backed off this point and tried, instead of paralleling the point, throwing to the point and swimming away from it with the bait. But like I said, I didn't have a lot of time, so I just kept going down the outside, staying parallel with the bank. As you can see, I'm coming up on another point, and now that I've already caught two fish on points, I'm a little more anxious to get to that next point. You can see a kayaker in the distance here. That is exactly where I had caught my first fish. That was nearly 4 pounds. She was right in the point, or right off of the point, and hit on that spinnerbait. Also, don't always cast a spinnerbait and reel it right back to you. Work that spinnerbait almost like a jerk bait at times, and you'll get that bite on the fall after you give it a good jerk, because what will happen is those blades will smack together, make a little bit of vibration, a little bit of noise, and they'll also look different in that water, like a dying fish, dying shad, dying bluegill, whatever kind of bait fish is in the area. But what I see with a lot of people is they'll get into the habit of just casting a spinnerbait or any kind of moving bait, a crankbait, square bill, jerk bait. Never just reeling a jerk bait. You always want to have the rod moving with the jerk bait unless you're pausing. But with a moving bait, a lot of people like to get into the habit of casting and then reeling back to the boat, where that will catch you fish. But if you want to catch more fish, you've got to change it up a little bit. You've got to throw something different. Not throw something different. You have to have a different look. Or nothing, just not too consistent with the retrieval. You will catch fish with just reeling it back to the boat, but you'll catch more if you change it up. Whether you reel a little bit and then you speed the reel up and you slow the reel down, or you reel it a little bit, you give it a jerk, you let it fall, reel it a little bit, give it a jerk, let it fall. Change it up. If one retrieve isn't working, change until you find what is working. Maybe your pattern within a pattern is a point and short pauses with a spinnerbait. That's what this is all about, is finding the pattern within a pattern and putting more fish in the boat.